Alright, today we're going to be talking about kind of the uniforms and gear broadly of the different factions in Arma 3. So we're going to start out with the uniforms for the main three factions because no one really cares. Like FIA, since they're civilian uniforms really, they don't provide anything special. But they all have the same carrying capacity for it's like equivalent to 5 first aid kits. The thing, CSAT has the heaviest uniform with a 7% like overall weight to your character, but AAF and NATO both have down to 3%, and that's because CSAT's uniform provides some explosive resistance. It's like the best fortified uniform to have overall, whereas like these are just general uniforms that just do the basic thing. And why CSAT gets that is because when you get down to the vests, their vests really aren't that amazing because they provide really no armor protection, as you can see, compared to NATO's or AAF's. Because NATO's overall has the best protection, and the weight of it on your player is 7%, and Independence is the second best protection, and it's only 5%, because you can see like the percent of weight kind of correlates to how well they protect. And then you get to CSATs, and they're just only 3%, because it really doesn't do too much. And the carrying capacity for NATO's carrier rig, it can hold for 15 first aid kits. CSAT's harness right there can hold 12 first aid kits, and then Independence carrier can hold 17 first aid kits, but then CSAT also has the tactical vest, which is another thing they have for their units, for special units. And that weighs 3% as well. It provides more protection than the harness, but it can only hold 12 first aid kits. So if you want the most carrying capacity for a vest, I'd say the CSAT harness would be the best. Best protection goes to NATO. A well balance between carrying and protection would be, and also weight would be AAF. And then there's FIA, which is kind of a ragtag, so they're not really too special either. And then the helmets are all the same protection. I think CSATs might be a little bit better for explosives. They all weigh 3%. So I mean, when you look at NATO, they're pretty much, they can take a lot of damage with their carrier rig.
But they're the heaviest.
They're the heaviest, yes. And then CSATs is the lightest, but you have to think that balances out with their heavy suit uniform, which actually does provide some base protection. But then AAF is more of a balance between protection, weight, and also kind of carrying capacity. So if you want to really be able to take the most damage, I guess be NATO, although you might not be able to hold that much and you're kind of heavy. If you want to be able to hold a really good amount, be CSAT, because I mean that's not, yeah, it's pretty bad protection because you don't really take that many bullets, but all of their uniforms, I think, is that correct, that they can take more explosive damage in general?
Yeah.
Yeah. There'll be like a link to some Arma dev blog thing. And then Independence is just overall well balanced. So I mean that's kind of the overall view of the three different factions in Arma 3. And there they all are, all the different guys. In the next video, I think I'll post up sometime soon, we're going to go over the weapons for each faction and how they vary for like the different auto rifles versus the base rifles, then maybe the marksman rifles. But yeah, that will be another video. If you like this, like it. I'm going to be doing more Arma 3 stuff, so enjoy.